No more checks. Using WIC is easier than ever. WIC is a free nutrition program that helps working families stretch their food budget and make healthy choices. WIC helps families learn to shop for nutritious foods and provides recipes for healthy meals. There's even online nutrition education and an app to make shopping easier. WIC, good food, and a whole lot more. Call or visit us online to find out if you qualify.
Want to experiment with something new? Join Maribel and Julie for an avocado adventure. Then stay with us as Anne and Halita take it to the street. The Good Food Project is next.
A nice big steak and fries to go. Listen to what I said. I need something more than soup to keep me satisfied. Give me food, that's what I want.
Hello, so welcome to the Good Food Project. My name's Julie.
My name is Maribel.
And we're making a chocolate avocado mousse today.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's really simple too, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So for the ingredients, we have 4 avocados. I already took the flesh out of 3 of them, and then I have 1 avocado that we're gonna prepare. So do you want to do that? Maybe
Sure.
cut the avocado in half and scoop out the middle. And then we also have a half a cup of maple syrup that we're going to add, a half a cup of cocoa powder, some melted chocolate chips, and some vanilla extract. And then we basically just blend it, and it's like a mousse, like a chocolate mousse.
Yeah, that's it's kind of easy, and all the ingredients you always have is in home, so it's easy to do.
Exactly.
And this is only that we have for today? Just this recipe?
Well, we're also going to be making some chicken shrimp tacos with Anne and Halita.
Oh, so that sounds good because I know you made dessert first. I have to have my meal, like I wonder. I say, where's the another lunch,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're making the dessert first, and then we'll make the main meal.
All right, so I already cut the avocado for you. What else we do?
Perfect. So if you're trying to pick out, or do you know how to pick out a ripe avocado? I'm sure you do.
Yes,
what do you
I
usually do.
Well, normally when I go into the supermarket, I don't use this one that much because they always hard.
Yeah.
I get a big one. I don't know if you guys been seeing the big one in the supermarket, like the Florida avocado, stuff like that. When I get them, I always check them first. If you see that part in that one, they're not good. That's why this one is different than the another one. So in that one, I check it, be sure that it's really like a bright green. Then I touch it. If they kind of like soft but firm, it's good. But if they're really soft, they're not good. When you open it, it's going to be dark inside.
Yeah, and you can also leave them out like in room temperature so they get soft during the week, and then you can use them later.
I buy it hard also, and I put it in the where you put the potatoes. Like I put it together with the potato, and in 2 or 3 days they always really ripe. So I use that one too.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna scoop out the inside of this avocado.
And if you want to do the mousse with another vegetable, what else do you use instead of avocado?
Maybe you could use like banana, or that's a fruit, but
because I know that you use this avocado, but we can use it with something else, no?
I mean, you could experiment. Whatever you have at home that's like soft, the same kind of texture.
Okay, so it has to be creamy so we can have the...
Because it's like the fat in the dessert. So you want it to have the right mouthfeel, like to be nice and creamy in your mouth. Okay. So now we're going to add the chocolate. This is just some semi-sweet chocolate chips that we melted.
And then we can also use dark chocolate or different other kind of chocolate, but then she buy the semi-sweet.
So we melted the chocolate in a microwave, just 30 seconds at a time, and just stir it in between each 30 seconds so it doesn't burn. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of maple syrup. And you can add less if you want it less sweet.
And if they don't want to use the maple syrup, then they can use regular sugar, then they can use honey.
Yep, definitely. And then, do you want to get a half a cup of the cocoa powder? And then there's also a splash of vanilla. You don't have to necessarily measure it because it's not very strong. So just like a little, it's like a teaspoon of vanilla.
I just try to get a half cup in there. So why we put in double chocolate in here? Why we just put a powder in there?
I mean, you could, I guess, omit the cocoa powder. It's just to make it even more strong, like the flavor.
Oh, okay.
So it's not completely necessary, but makes it more chocolatey.
All
so
right.
I think that's everything. So now we're just gonna blend it till it's smooth.
Close. What kind of consistency we were looking for?
So nice and thick, and maybe we'll blend it even longer so it's more like, you know how mousse is kind of airy?
Almost
So-
like a pudding, no?
Yeah, so blend it a little more to put more air
More
in there.
chocolate inside. There you go. So a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it's ready. What do you think?
Yeah, that looks really good. So
Okay.
just make sure there's no chunks of avocado because you don't want to like bite into a green.
Oh yeah, I know.
Chunk.
Or
Yeah,
if
see
you wanna make your child they eat that stuff and they see it and they
Yeah,
don't want to eat
exactly. I would do a little bit longer. I just saw a little bit of avocado
it.
on the
Okay, so
bottom.
I put it in a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it looks kind of like brownie batter.
Yeah.
So like I would compare it to that. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So I
And it smells chocolatey.
It does. It smells really
You don't
good.
smell avocado at all.
No. So I have a little bowl that we're going to serve it in. And I have some fresh raspberries to garnish.
So you're just getting at room temperature. You don't have to put it in the
Well,
refrigerator.
They
or
do
anything?
recommend to refrigerate it for 3 hours, so you could do it either way, just so it's cold if you prefer it cold.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the one serving. And then just a garnish of raspberry. And yeah, you could definitely refrigerate it if you prefer it cold.
Yeah. Well, they look good. Look at that. That is the avocado smoothie.
Yeah, it's complete. It smells really good.
It smells great.
Yeah.
Well, this is for today. Later on, Amy and Elia are gonna be bringing the taco. So wait in there. We see you soon.
Yep, thanks for watching.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Ann.
Hi, I'm Helida.
So I think you watched them make some mousse with avocado. Looked pretty good.
It was delicious, actually,
was.
with these raspberries.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
good.
Little strawberries too, depending on what's in season.
I think, yeah, any fruit would be good with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of in season, we're making a recipe that involves a lot of stuff that you can get at farmers market right about now. We have cilantro, peppers, tomatoes. Tomatoes are huge right now. They're everywhere.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We have cabbage, onion, and guess what we're making?
That looks very, I don't know, I have a feeling about Spanish kind of type of food, maybe.
Kinda, yeah.
Mexican.
Oh, you're getting closer.
Kinda.
We're gonna make street tacos, and I
Ooh.
think I found that name, but I may have made it up. But it's inspired on from things I've tried. So
Oh, okay.
let's just give it a go. So we're gonna make two
Alright.
kinds today.
Okay.
So we're gonna make shrimp because that's what I love.
Ooh, love it too.
But I know not everyone likes seafood, so we're gonna make
Yeah.
chicken as well. Okay.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by heating up the shrimp and the chicken. For the chicken, there's two ways you can do it. You can cut it in strips,
Okay.
or you could shred it.
And that would be my job, right?
That is your job.
Okay.
So, which you're gonna do strips? You're gonna shred it.
I think strips.
Okay.
I
go
think
ahead.
so, yeah.
So you start cutting. I'm gonna get my pan going. I'm gonna get the shrimp in.
So how big do you want the...
Just nice thin strips because you know
Okay.
the tacos, the actual tortillas aren't very big.
Oh, okay.
So with the shrimp, I like to get almost like a spicy flavor. So what I add to that's good.
About this size?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So what I add to it is actually cocktail sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the shrimp in first. I like to use, I either use fresh or frozen shrimp. Fresh shrimp can be a little pricey, so a lot of times I'll go
Yeah.
with the frozen. This is raw, peeled, and deveined. So the veins are out and the shell's off.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So it's basically it's clean, right?
It's clean.
Okay.
Clean
So
shrimp.
should I cut just in the middle?
Yep, and then cut it in half. Perfect.
right.
Alright. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on the pan, just so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Now you can do this however you want. I've done this before with just lime and garlic.
Oh, okay.
I've done it with a little bit of cilantro and onion.
Oh, I love that combination.
Yeah, it's a really good combination. But my favorite has to be with the cocktail sauce.
Oh.
So I'm going to throw my shrimp in. They are still frozen, and part of the reason why I keep them frozen is because a lot of the water will cook out right into the sauce
okay, so it will
itself.
help with the cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have enough for everyone.
Yes. All right. So you can hear it sizzle. And it's sizzling mostly because the water is mixing with the hot oil.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to turn it up high. I'm going to cover it. Before I put the cocktail sauce in, I want to get a little bit of garlic in.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to put about 4 or 5 cloves for the entire bag. Okay, and I use my handy dandy garlic press, of course. How's the chicken coming?
Good.
Okay, so I can mince the garlic down or I can use the press. You know my preference.
Oh, yes.
Within this taco, there's a lot of vegetables.
Oh, nice.
So the protein is really just there for flavor and to add
okay.
protein.
Yeah.
But a lot of the taste is going to come from the vegetables we mix in with it. Alright, so I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil in your pan as well. And with the chicken, there's a couple ways you can do it. I've done it with a little bit of chili powder before to give it almost like a Mexican taste.
Oh, okay.
But this recipe is a really fresh recipe. You'll notice at the end that it just tastes refreshing.
So you use more, you know, the vegetables.
Yeah, rather than like the hot spicy chili flavor.
Sounds good.
I can smell the shrimp.
I can smell the garlic a little bit already. My favorite. Love garlic in my recipes.
I put garlic in everything. All right, your oil's getting kind of hot.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready to toss them in, you want to toss it all in at the same time. So I'm going to turn this on to low.
Okay. Oh, so we have to do all at the same time.
Yeah, because you want it to cook evenly. You don't want some of the chicken to dry out. So one thing I like to do when you're cooking and using oil, when you use your garlic press, there are a couple things you can do. If you're just trying to give flavor to a sauce, you can slide the extra garlic out of the press and just cook it right in with the oil.
Oh.
Because it's going to give the flavor to whatever sauce you're cooking. Okay, my shrimp's starting to shrink down, which means it's starting to cook. So I'm going to add my cocktail sauce in now.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you don't wait until it's all cooked?
No, because I want to cook it right in.
Oh.
But I want to add my spices first, like my garlic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I use the whole bag, so I'm going to do 1 cup of the cocktail sauce to mix in. Mix it right up.
And all these recipes will be on our Facebook page, right, Jen?
Yes.
So you can check them out on our Facebook, and now we have an Instagram account.
Now the sauce is in, I'm going to turn it back up to medium. And I'm going to cover it just a little bit so it doesn't splash, but I want to let some of the moisture cook out.
Okay.
Okay. We ready to move on to the chicken?
Not yet. I'm a slow cutter.
That's okay. Okay. All right, so our chicken is cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our hot oil. Let me just stir it around for you a little bit, Felita.
Okay.
And we're going to add some garlic to this as well, because really garlic tastes good at everything. Spin it around.
It's a lot of chicken.
Okay. So I'm going to add my garlic.
Take this off.
Can you smell the shrimp?
Oh, yes. Smells really good. Sorry. So what kind of seasoning are you gonna put on the chicken?
That's really it. Just garlic, salt, and pepper. All the flavor is going to come from the vegetables.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. I am going to add a little bit of cilantro to both.
Okay. Let me move this here a little bit.
So we'll keep stirring this up just to really cook it through. And if you wanted to shred it, you could just use, like if you made a chicken the night before.
Yeah.
Just take the chicken off of the
that's a good
chicken breast,
idea.
the
If
chicken bone.
Yeah, if you have a leftover chicken, right, you
Absolutely,
can use it.
yeah. Just shred it up and toss it in. You can do the strips if you're cooking it. If you really wanted to get out a lot of, you know, the fats, you could boil the chicken.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Tiny bit of salt and pepper. Okay,
Is that salt enough too?
That is plenty of salt, Alita. So, again, last we're just going to add a little bit of cilantro to both of these to let it cook in.
Okay. Should we turn this up or no?
Turn it up a little bit, but you really don't want to brown the chicken too much.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to let the chicken cook, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
We'll see you soon.
40% of food in America never gets eaten. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
Welcome back. So our chicken's cooked and our shrimp's cooked. Now you see the shrimp, we used a petite shrimp, so they're nice and small.
Yes.
It's not going to overtake the street taco. And for our chicken, we have nice little cuts. We added some salt and pepper while cooking, and now we're going to add the flavor.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All
so
right.
the first thing we're going to do is we're going to squeeze in the juice. We have a lot of chicken. We have 3 pounds of chicken because we have a big audience.
Yep.
So we're going to squeeze in the juice of 2 limes.
Okay.
So if you want to squeeze, and I'll squeeze.
Sure.
There we go. Put your fingers right in there. Another way that you can, an easier way to get the juice out of the lime.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Why don't you share this tip since I usually share the tips?
Well, you could use a lime, what do you call that?
Citrus press.
A citrus press, right?
Yes.
I have 2 different ones at home. I have the one that you kind of press like this, and the one that you use a little, there is
a twist.
Yeah, like a twist, so.
Another thing you can do before you actually cut the lime or the lemon is roll it around a little bit to kind of get the juice.
And the other thing that I do different that you did, I don't cut my lime this way, I cut it this way.
Oh, cut it that way, see how it works. While you do that, I'm going to twist it around.
Okay, and we'll keep adding to the
Right in
chicken,
there.
right? Okay. Yeah, I find this, I don't know, it's just, I'm used to do this way, so.
I'll grab this.
But I always also use one of my
presses.
presses. So. I feel like I get more out of it.
There we go. And we're going to stir it in. Okay. And we already added the salt and pepper.
Okay.
And last we're going to add a little bit of cilantro. I put a little bit in this sauce while it was cooking, just let the flavor out. But
Just looks really good.
yes, if you want to add a little bit more in there, you want to pull it off of the stem.
Okay.
Just pull it right down because we don't want the stems and the sticks in there. Now you can cut herbs. I find it easier to just use my hands to shred them.
Oh, so you just shred them?
Yeah. But if you wanted to, you could use a knife to cut through.
Yeah, if you want like very tiny, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't like it or...
Alright, so a little bit more in here. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to make, it's almost like pretty much a coleslaw.
Oh, okay.
And that goes on the bottom of the taco.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to put this aside and we're going to start with the coleslaw.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So when you use cabbage, you can wash it, but really there's not, not a lot can get under the top couple leaves of lettuce, so I usually just peel them away.
Oh, okay.
I don't need the whole cabbage because that's a lot. I'm going to cut it in half. And what I'm going to have you do is put it through our food processor.
Okay, I have a question, though.
Yes.
What's the difference between the purple cabbage and the green cabbage?
The brighter the vegetable, the more the nutrients.
Oh.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is put it right in here.
Okay.
Then you're going to turn it on and you push it right down. And it's going to shred it. Next we're going to add a little bit more cabbage. This one's just the green.
Oh, so you're going to mix them.
Yep, but why don't you dump it into the bowl? Take off the first couple of layers. I'm going to cut it in half. Remember to use your bear claws so you don't cut your finger.
Oh, yeah. it's very
Looks good.
Yeah, looks really good.
And last, just a little bit of onion. Not a lot, because you don't want the flavor to be too overwhelming.
Are you going to add the onion?
Yeah, we can
here?
add it right to there. I'm going to use my bear claw. Take off the skin. I picked a purple onion just because.
Just color?
Well, I had to pick white or purple, and I just purple looked pretty.
Just to match.
All right, you can dump that in.
Okay.
And while you dump that in, I'm going to peel our carrots.
It smells good, the onions.
When peeling, you always want to peel away from your body. You don't want that knife, sharp blade to get away from you. That's good.
Oh, wow.
Smells good. Cabbage
does.
is really good. A lot of people wonder how they can cook it. You know, a lot of people say boiling it.
yeah.
But every time I see a cabbage, first thing I think is coleslaw.
Oh, I love it. I didn't realize it was so easy to make.
It is,
that.
definitely. And there are so few ingredients in it.
Yeah.
So I cut off the bottom and the top of the carrot after I peel it. And really, you don't need to peel it. There's no real skin to a carrot. It's just kind of the outside.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
All right.
So we have all of the vegetables in there, and we're going to mix it together. And you want to know how simple the sauce is? It's just mayonnaise and honey Dijon mustard.
Oh, wow. It's really easy. I mean, I love it. I never realized it was that easy.
Absolutely.
So that's really cool.
So you can use as much and as little of each vegetable as you want. We only use 3 carrots. You probably could have done more. So when you're making the coleslaw, we usually add a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of lemon to really give it the tart flavor. But since we're just using this as something fresh in our taco, I just stick with mayonnaise and honey Dijon mustard.
Okay.
And I don't even use a ton of it. We made a lot of coleslaw, so we're going to start adding a little bit at a time to see how much sauce we need.
All right.
When I do it, I do 1 part honey Dijon mustard to every 4 parts mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
So let's start with a 1/2 cup of mayo.
All right.
Okay. And then I'm going to do 1/4 of honey Dijon mustard.
Okay.
Okay. So I want a little bit more, so I'm going to double that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm up to 1 cup of mayonnaise
Okay.
with 1/4 cup of honey Dijon.
Do you want to
Take a bite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. Just see if it needs more mustard. Probably will.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Looks
do
really good.
1/2 of a quarter. I'm going to do 1/8 of a cup of the Dijon mustard.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of pepper, because I really like pepper in everything. Just a pinch. Stir that in. All right, then your turn. Tell me how it tastes.
Okay. Let's see.
You're good?
Oh my goodness, really good.
Okay.
The mustard just
It
gives
just gives it
yeah,
that kick, yeah.
delicious.
And the last thing we're going to make is pico de gallo. And that's going to go on top.
Oh wow.
I didn't tell you we were making that, did I?
No, you did not. You're so surprising.
So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
So the last thing we're going to do is going to make the pico de gallo, which is a nice fresh addition to the taco.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tomato. If you want to cut the pepper.
So how do you want it cut?
So I want to cut kind of uniform, just like anything else. So remember to watch your fingers, turn them in. You want to pull out your seeds and cut them into nice little squares.
Okay.
All right, then just toss them right in the bowl. Okay, so after we cut the tomato and the pepper, we're going to move on to our onions. Keep them a nice uniform size. So if you want to pull out as much cilantro as you would like.
A lot?
Yeah, I love cilantro, don't you?
Oh, I can use cilantro in everything.
Me too. And I'm going to do the lime.
So how do you want me to do the cilantro?
Same as before, just tear it apart.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to put the juice of 1 lime. Maybe 2.
The more, the merrier.
And we're almost done.
Oh, wow.
The last thing we'll do is we'll heat up the tortillas and we will be ready to eat.
I can't wait.
So there are 2 ways you can heat up the tortillas. One way you can just wrap them in a damp
Paper towel?
paper towel and throw them in the microwave.
Oh.
Or 2, you can throw them on a hot plate for a couple seconds just to let them heat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So which way are you going to do?
Oh, what do you think? I think we might do the hot plate.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're going to end up putting about 1/2 cup of cilantro into this recipe. Yeah. And salt and pepper to taste, so however much you like. I like a lot of pepper.
And very little salt.
Now I'll do a decent amount of salt for this one, because it'll help the tomatoes sweat a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready to start plating them.
Okay.
So we're just going to warm up our tortillas. I just put this on just past warm.
Okay.
And you just want to get them just so they're not cold, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little moisture to them.
All right.
And then we're going to add our ingredients.
So what are you going to add first?
First thing we're going to put on is the coleslaw,
Okay.
followed by your choice of meat.
And then the pico de gallo.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can see they're starting to turn over on the edges.
Yes.
Just give them a little, you got to be careful because it is warm. Give them a little flip. We're going to get our plate. We're going to make 1 chicken and 1 shrimp. I'm going to start with just a little spoon of coleslaw.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to do shrimp.
Do one with the shrimp.
Yep.
A little bit of the sauce with it. 1 with the chicken.
It looks really good already.
You can top it with a little bit of cheese if you like. And last, just a little bit of the pico de gallo. This one.
Oh, wow. It looks really, really good.
And we have our street tacos.
It looks amazing. I can't wait to try. Let's eat them.
Yes, you can find this recipe and more on our Facebook.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. For this recipe and others, you can come to one of our cooking classes on Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and Fridays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/framingham.waltham.wic. We encourage you and your families to participate in one of our cooking classes. Hope to see you soon.
Something more than soup to keep me set